We live in a digital world, and social media has become a real strong influence in the trading world. But what impact does this have on trading psychology? Hello and welcome. Now, we understand that staying informed, not just in trading, but in life, is important. However, the constant stream of information from social media can significantly affect a trader's mindset. In this presentation, we'll examine and explore the ways in which social media influences trading psychology, both positively and negatively. We're going to look at how to implement strategies for managing this influence, allowing you to really move forward with a clearer approach, self-awareness, and good psychology. So let's dive into the presentation. I hope you enjoy. So have you noticed as traders how social media has transformed the way that traders interact and make decisions, including yourself? Now, every trader, whether new or experienced, is impacted by the digital age shift in how trading, information, and opinions are shared. It's really noisy out there. So let's dive into the rise of social media in trading, examining the history, current trends, and the statistics that highlight its growing impact. Now, social media's role in trading began to shape in the early 2000s. And this was with the advent of platforms like Yahoo Finance. Traders initially used these spaces to exchange information and, to discuss market trends. Now, the true turning point came with the rise of platforms like Twitter, Reddit, and specialized trading communities on sites, say, for instance, TradingView. Now, these platforms have transformed from niche discussion boards into very influential forums where so many things are discussed, from strategies, tips, and also psychology. Now, as social media has evolved, its impact on trading has grown significantly. And this has really made a significant influence both on the individual trader and market trends. So let's go through some of the platforms. Now, social media has become such a big part when it comes for traders. There's so much information out there, some good, some not so good. Let's explore how some of the most popular platforms influence trading behavior. So Twitter, or X, often referred to as the pulse of the market. Now, Twitter provides real-time updates from market analysis and to financial news. Now, the use of hashtags like stocks or Forex enables traders to track trending topics and can quickly gain insights within minutes. However, the rapid flow of information can also lead to overload. And this is where it can start to get confusing for traders. Now, it's really important, we're going to talk more, but it's really important to be mindful and aware of what followers you have, who you follow, what you watch, and so forth. Now, the next one is TradingView. Now, this platform provides a space for traders to share charts and ideas. Now, users can follow experienced traders where they can access a vast amount of information. We're going to talk more about the statistics of social media. Have you ever wondered how widespread social media use is amongst traders? Because it's massive. The statistics reveal a compelling picture of social media's dominance in trading. So, for instance, according to a 2023 survey by the CFA Institute, approximately 70% of traders reported using social media as part of their trading strategy. I can imagine that's increased within the year. Now, this indicates a significant reliance on platforms for market information and community engagement. So, platform usage. Another statistic, a 2024 report, shows that 55% of traders use Twitter, or X, to follow financial news and market updates, whilst 40% turn to Reddit for trading ideas and recommendations. So the impact on trading behavior. Research conducted by the University of Chicago in 2023 found that 45% of traders admitted that social media significantly influenced their trading decisions. Again, that is a big number. And that's with 25% reporting that they frequently adjusted their trades or their strategy based on social media trends. Can you see where this is going now? Okay, so from its early days as a niche information sharing tool or platform to its current status as a central hub for trading insights, social media continues to influence how traders interact. Now, for you as traders, you've really got to be mindful about how this can dominate your trading psychology and performance. Now, I don't want to sit here talking about all of the negatives of social media, but it's very busy, it's very noisy out there, and it can lead to overload and overwhelm. But let's go on to talk about the positive impacts on social media now. So the first one is access to information. I mean, we live in a world where we can access any information we want within seconds. It's powerful, and there's a lot of positive in this. The speed at which information is shared can be a great advantage in trading. Social media platforms, Twitter, the financial news, the channels, this can all provide great information for traders. For instance, breaking news about a company's earning or losses even. That can really help traders make a decision going forward about their stocks, shares, or trades. Now, this immediate access helps traders react quickly to new information. Potentially, this can result in good gains. Now, the ability to receive instant updates means you can stay ahead of the curve and you can start to make the changes and take action as needed. Next is communities, trading communities. Now, social media platforms create such a vibrant trading community space. It's where traders obviously share ideas, they encourage each other, support each other. This sense of community can be incredibly valuable, and engaging with others who share your interests and challenges also can provide real encouragement for you. And I'm sure you found that over time as well, being part of Maven trading community. So the support from these communities or community is invaluable for traders, because we know that trading can be a very lonely sport. It can feel isolating, especially on the days where you've had a bad day. You can just reach out literally online to one of these platforms and just feel supported. So it's very important. So, there's so many different platforms. There's YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Reddit. So information can be accessed very quickly, and you can also have a community online, which is very valuable for you as traders. Now, we're going to talk more about sort of market analysis going forward now. Now, let's talk about this. So social media platforms offer or can offer an opportunity for the latest market trend, strategy, and even identifying sort of emerging news that's about to be announced. Monitoring these discussions and hashtags related to specific stocks or market sectors, this can really help you gain insight into opinions of others. And, tools and platforms that analyze social media analytics can provide valuable data on how market traders or how traders are feeling about various assets. So there's so much valuable information out there for traders. But now we're going to go on to talk about the not so positive impacts on trading psychology and for traders. So the negative impacts that social media has for traders and on trading. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the absolute amount of information on social media? There's traders in front of Ferraris, in their helicopters, there's the new market trend, there's a new company, a new strategy. It is absolute overload sometimes. Now, for me, I have 2 apps and a few people in my network that I follow for the latest market news, announcements, and just keeping on top of things. I need to do that for my clients, my members, and of course, for you. So I think you understand as traders that while social media offers great benefits, it comes with its fair share of challenges. Now, I want to talk more about some of the key areas that social media can negatively influence trading psychology and behavior. The first one is overload. Information overload is a very common issue for traders, and especially the traders who rely heavily on social media. Now, with countless posts, tweets, articles flooding your feed, it's going to be challenging to separate the valuable insights from unreliable or misleading information. So this amount of data can lead to confusion and indecision, especially if you're a trader and you've had a bad day. So the first thing that traders tend to look at if they've had a challenging time is changing their strategy, and they can start to strategy hop. So be mindful of this. Now, having a clear and focused approach is very important. And when you're faced with this excessive amount of information, you might start to struggle, or you might start to second guess yourself. What's credible? What's not? Now, in the trading world, there are many people that are not honest, and we know that. But it's about having that self-awareness. It's about finding a good community that you can trust and that you can follow. So it's about quality, not quantity. Now, the next point that I want to get onto, and this is not just for traders and trading. This is pretty much, for everyone or most people who are into social media. Now, I only use social media for my business and to keep on top of the trading world. I don't use it for personal reasons. However, it's about, one of the things is herd mentality, they call it. And, this can really cause issues such as imposter syndrome, not feeling good enough, comparing yourself to others, and so much more. As a trader, it is essential to resist the urge to follow the crowd blindly, if you like, and really start to focus and hone in on what feels right, the community, what network feels right to you. So emotional influence can also heighten anxiety and fear. Have you noticed how social media trends can affect your emotional state? How sometimes a tweet that you read about, say for instance, your strategy that you're using, which is a negative tweet, can affect your emotions, and you'll start to second guess yourself. Now, social media can significantly impact your emotions. It can cause even anxiety and fear, and I know this because working with traders for the last 11 years now, one of the areas that they do talk about is the impact that social media can have. So it's important to recognize again and to be aware and mindful that these emotional triggers can develop into stress and anxiety. It can cause you to second guess yourself, and that's important to be aware of. Now, the biggest one, probably the second most common fear for traders, is FOMO. It's that fear of missing out. Now, if you look at a post or a tweet and see that somebody's entered a trade, or there's this new trend, or something's happening in the markets and you haven't been involved, this is going to create or increase FOMO. This impulse behavior often results in entering trades, as we know, without proper analysis. It's jumping in just to be part of that trend, if you like. Now, developing awareness is key here. And once you're aware that you're feeling this compulsion or this impulse, or that you want to follow other traders, what they're doing, be mindful about this. Is this the right decision for you? So from information overload and herd mentality to emotional influence and FOMO, these challenges can disrupt your trading performance and mindset. So please be aware that's the first step in trading with everything. Have that self-awareness. Does this feel right? Is this working? Is this reliable? Can I trust this? Use your intuition and use your knowledge to make those decisions. Okay, so now we're going to go through the psychological factors here because it's very, very significant and important. So confirmation bias, we're going to talk about biases. Confirmation bias, we all know what confirmation bias is, but on social media, this bias can be particularly significant and pronounced. So I'm going to give you an example. If you believe that a particular trade or stock is a great investment, you might move towards posts and opinions that reinforce this belief. And at the same time, you're dismissing any negative information about this. So you've got this tunnel vision. So, for example, this exposure can lead to confused decision making. And this is where you may end up making the wrong trades or going in to a trade where it doesn't match your trading plan. You really have to recognize this bias and actively seek different perspectives to help you make more balanced and better formed decisions. Validation, social validation. What is this? Well, social validation is the psychological need or the need for approval and acceptance from others. For example, if a trading community is endorsing a particular stock or investment, you might feel compelled to follow, even if your own analysis or judgment suggests otherwise. It's that desire to fit in, to gain approval, to build rapport. This is really important that you just get in a space where you follow your own journey. Of course, it's important to have a good community, as I mentioned, but does it align with your trading plan? Or are you just trying to please others? So be aware of this again. And if you find that you're doing that, is it working? If it's not, it's time to change this. So the next one is emotions and moods through social media. Have you ever felt that mood shift after reading posts on social media? Now, I have, especially during the pandemic. And that's one of the reasons why, for me personally, I decided to only use it for my business and professional reasons. So be mindful that reading certain posts and having that overload of information can really cause fatigue, burnout, and stress. Now, if you're exposed to posts about negative things about trading, this is going to impact you potentially. So again, it is that self-awareness. How are certain platforms making you feel, certain posts, people you follow? Have that awareness, because this is the first step to changing it if necessary. Now, I've briefly spoken about this, but cognitive overload. It is fast out there, fast in the trading world, social media. They're saying now the average attention span on social media is 6. So think about that. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the volume of information on social media? I have. There have been many times in the past where I've sat there scrolling, thinking, oh, it's just been a couple of minutes, and hours passed. Of course, there are many benefits to social media for traders, for everybody, because there's so much good information out there. But it's a very fine balance here. It can cause overload. It can cause stress, tiredness, fatigue. It can result in poor trading decisions. Now, combat or to manage this cognitive overload, you really have to filter the information. You have to focus on reliable sources, and you have to maintain a structured approach in your schedule and your life. Of course, it's your decision, but if you're sitting there spending hours and hours scrolling through information that's not relevant, important, or trustworthy, what is that doing for your trading performance? Think about that. It's very important. This cognitive overload can impact you. It can affect sleep. It can cause negative emotions. And be mindful, especially if you're reading and watching this before you go to sleep, is going into your subconscious mind. Now, for me personally, one of the things that I do not use my phone at least 2 hours before I go to sleep. That's my choice, but it works for me. I listen to hypnosis or meditation. And this really sets me up for the day, actually. The next day, I have a clear mind, I feel relaxed, my nervous system's good. Obviously, the hypnosis suggestions have gone in, but just be mindful about what you're feeding your mind before you go to sleep as well. Now, I have a question for you. Have you ever made a trade or an investment based on a piece of advice or news that you saw on social media without really sitting there and evaluating its credibility? Have you ever done this? If you have, Did it work out? So, all of you, every trader needs to be vigilant about where this information is coming from and how it influences choices. Now, there are some great companies, there's some great people in the trading world, but there's the other side of the coin as well. There's some real people, companies out there that are not reputable and that you need to be very aware of. But that comes with experience and with time, of course. So, time management. I just mentioned before that, I sat there thinking it was a couple of minutes and it got like it was an hour scrolling on posts that actually I look back and I think I didn't really find any value from that, if I'm honest. But are you spending too much time on social media? During trading hours, after, before? Is this taking a lot of time up from your day? As well as trading, discipline in around social media is needed as well. There's so many people that are actually addicted to social media. They cannot be without their phones and they cannot be with like scrolling on different platforms. This is a real pandemic in itself. And, there are ways where you can start to reduce and take control of this if this is a problem for you. So consider or think about setting certain times of the day. So you may say to yourself, okay, well, these are the times I'm going to trade. I am not going to touch my phone or look at social media, of course, unless you're trading from your phone. And just say to yourself, these are the times I'm going to look at social media, and these are the times I'm just going to step away. Have that discipline. Even structure it in your diary if you need to initially. It's really going to help you to create and attain a better, harmonious work-life balance too. So let's talk about how you can diversify different information sources. To achieve this, make a habit of consulting multiple reliable or reputable sources for your market analysis, such as Maven Trading or a support network that you've got. And it's about incorporating these insights from also potentially fundamental news and social media. Now, gathering this information from a variety of reliable sources, you can cross-verify data and potentially reduce the risk of making decisions based on biased information or incorrect information. Now, this approach is really going to help you build a well-rounded view of the market, and it will help you to improve your performance, psychology, and results. Now, the next one is boundaries. I am a strong believer in boundaries, not just in trading, but in life. It is so, so important to have boundaries. It builds more self-respect, more discipline, and it helps you to have a very clear approach about things in your life, including trading. So really sit there and establish clear boundaries, what you will accept, what you won't accept, boundaries around your time with social media, who you're following, who you're not following. This really helps. This really offers many advantages for you. So it's really important to really have that, those boundaries for you. So think about them. What are my boundaries in trading? What are my boundaries in social media? What will I accept? What's right? What's not right? And so forth. Stay focused with this. It's really going to help you going forward. So here are some practical techniques or tips that I suggest. So let's explore this now. Now, tip 1, follow reputable and verified accounts for your market news, your analysis, your information. Avoid falling prey to these unreliable and untrustworthy sources. Be very mindful about this. Look for established financial, say, news organizations. There's many out there that are very reputable. They've been around for many years and they hold a lot of credibility. So these sources are going to be more likely to provide accurate and well-researched information for you. So that's my first tip. Follow reputable and verified accounts. So the second one is engage in good, healthy discussions, but always conduct your own analysis too. So again, it's having that balance. Don't be swayed by these discussions that kind of get you off track from your journey, your goals, your trading plan. Find that balance where you can grow and evolve with a good, strong community discussions, but you stay on track. you stay in your lane. That's what's important. So be mindful of that it's good to engage in discussions, keep yourself updated with, new things, new trends, but stay on your journey, on your path to your goals. So the next one is schedule in that time, as I mentioned before, for social media. Now, one of the things that I strongly suggest is do not look or watch or listen to social media whilst you're trading. We know, or that as traders, that when you're trading, it should be 100% focus. Even if you think that nothing's happening for a while in the markets, it's important to have that 100% focus without any distractions. That includes social media. So set specific times and days in your diary, even where you can say to yourself, right, these are the times I'm going to stick to social media and watch it and gain the information. Or you may set alerts if you need to. But I think it's important for all of us, not just traders, to have a phone or a digital detox. Like for me, for instance, if I go walking in nature, I don't take my phone. Very, very rarely, unless I know there's going to be a rare bird or something on my walk. But it's very important to also think about, actually, I need to detox from social media for a while and from technology. It's very good for us. So you may want to consider using tools if you feel you need, or apps that limit your social media usage. There are some out there that can do that maybe you can set an alarm even. So the last one is reflect on your emotional responses to social media. How it's impacting you. Is it having a positive impact? Are you feeling quite emotional or stressed? Do you feel like you need to take a break from social media? Because, as mentioned, this is important for all of us, not just traders. So while social media can be a very valuable tool for traders, it's very important to navigate this wisely. Again, following the right accounts, limiting your time, using it productively and effectively instead of just scrolling aimlessly. Think about these things. Stay sharp, stay focused, and use these tips to make social media work for you in the best possible way. So as we wrap up the presentation, we come to the end. I hope this has helped. I've tried to include a balance here of the positives and the negatives in social media, the good, the bad, but again, it comes down to self-awareness, doesn't it? It's about being self-aware. Is this making me feel good? Is this the right information? Am I wasting time? Ask yourself effective questions here. It's really going to help you, not just as traders, but in life. So I hope you have found this valuable. I always think that it's good to have a social media detox and a technology detox, even if it's for a few hours a day or a few hours a week. Think about implementing that too. So if you have any questions from this presentation today, or you need any support, I'm always here, and please comment below. I'll see you next time.